All right, we're live. Okay, okay. Gonzalo Ramos is about to take the first penalty. He's about to take the first penalty. They're taking so long to take this penalty. That's mental, though. That is a mental game right there. Play the mental game. This is crazy. Arsenal. If you do not win the Champions League, they're literally about to take it right now. If it, you know what's been going on this entire time. This is crazy. Arsenal. All right. Gonzalo Ramos about to take the first penalty. He's about to take the first penalty. Gonzalo Ramos. He goes top right. He makes it. He makes the pen. Top right. He goes top right. Dude, this final has been lasted 3 hours. 3 hours, bro. I love it, bro. I genuinely love it. Wow, what a beautiful top right penalty from the number 9, Gonzalo Ramos. I genuinely think he's going to have a strong World Cup. Since Ronaldo's older, he's in a absolute. I think he's still not going to start, but he's in a backup Ronaldo for sure. That would be dumb if he doesn't back up Ronaldo. That would be really dumb. Arsenal fans are absolutely scared right now. I would be as well. If I was like a fan of Arsenal, I'd be a little scared. Especially Victor Gyökeres. He's taking a penalty right now. Victor Gyökeres. Let's see it right now. Okay. He went to the right. Right side. It was a good pen. I can't even lie. I like those pens. The Champions League final, it doesn't get any better than that. Doesn't get any better than that. Doesn't get any better than that. Okay, so the next guy coming up is Desiree Doué. Cold. That was cold. Going to the right side, that was cold. Wow, Doué. Man. My gosh, it makes me want to go. Let's do it. Oh my gosh. We have let it all work out coming to take a penalty. Eberechi Eze is coming to take a pen. Eberechi Eze. Okay. Come on, bro. I feel like Eze, you're such a technically like good player. You have to do it. Like, come on. Doing the same. Okay. This is arguably the biggest penalty of his career. This is definitely the biggest penalty of his career. Let's see it. No, he's missed it. Eze's missed it. He's laughing. He laughed a little bit. Eze missed the penalty. They were this close to the Champions League. They were the favorites, in my opinion. But the 90, they were the favorites. Oh my gosh! And he missed the penalty. Arsenal fans are baffled. I don't think Raya's saving up. He's a great goalkeeper. David Raya's a great goalkeeper, but I don't think he's saving a penalty. Nuno Mendes taking the third penalty. And it's crazy because PSG took the first penalty as well. That means everything. They made the first pen, and then Arsenal made the next one, and then Arsenal missed. It's honestly crazy. Crazy. You gotta feel bad for Arsenal fans. How annoying they are online. You still gotta feel a little bit bad. Oh my gosh. Okay, Nuno Mendes. He's missed it. Nuno Mendes just missed it. David Raya saved it. David Raya saved the penalty. What the heck? What? Oh my gosh. Bro. David Raya saved that. That's wow, man. Oh my days. Wow. Declan Rice is coming up. 7 off. I don't rate 7 off. I really don't. But I don't hate him either. So it's a bit like, you know. Oh, I'm gonna move my angle real quick. I don't hate Savinov, but I prefer Chevalier, even though Chevalier does not have the best start. Okay, Declan Rice coming up. He's about to take the pen. Declan Rice. He's made that. He slotted that right into the right side. Everybody has gone right. Who's made it? Everybody's gone right. Also, Nuno Mendes went right and he missed, or he got saved. So, wow, this penalty shootout could go way long because these guys have such good players. This penalty shootout could be long. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, that's just crazy, man. Okay, Ashraf Hakimi coming up to take the penalty. I trust Hakimi. I trust Hakimi to make the penalty. I definitely do. He's coming up. Hakimi. He's made it. Left. Boom. Bro, why is what the heck? Yo, that's a crazy head dent. Just in that. That's a crazy dent, bro. Oh my days. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so he's made it. I don't know who the next pen taker is gonna be. Martinelli. Martinelli's the next pen taker. Martinelli. Taking the pen. He's made it. Top left. Beautiful. Great penalty. That's a penalty you want to see in the Champions League final. Eze's absolutely been. Eze's piggybacking off of this. I don't know why I tried to say it in like a British accent. Frick. Piggyback it. Whatever. Like how do you miss that, Eze? If you make that, they're up. They're up. You know what I'm saying? This is honestly crazy. Coming into this game, as you can see right here, 74% and 17%. Everybody thought PSG was going to win this game. I did as well. I said 3-1. But the fact that Arsenal bossed the game the entire time, whether they did it in a way which was entertaining or not, or if you liked it, whatever, they came in this game and made it theirs. Okay, penalty. Okay, let's go. Beraldo made the penalty. Okay, so that's 4-3. 4-3 on penalties. PSG is up after Beraldo made the penalty. Wow. Gabriel. Mate, I don't think I've seen Gabriel take a lot of penalties. I don't think I have. Who else do they have here to take penalties? Not really much else. They have Zubamendi, but you probably take the next one if they make it. Wow, so much pressure. Genuinely so much pressure. The Champions League final could end right here. It's 4-3 on penalties. Gabriel to take the last penalty for Arsenal. This is for all the marbles, for the Champions League final, for the trophy here in Budapest. It's Gabriel. He skied it. He skied it. He skied it, and PSG win the Champions League. He skied it. PSG. PSG win the Champions League again. They've won it again. PSG. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Arsenal fans are absolutely sad. That is terrible. Man, so I was gonna say Gabriel's crying. Everybody for PSG's crying on the pitch right now because they've just won the Champions League back to back for the first time since Real Madrid in 2016 and 2017. PSG fans are absolutely hype though. This is crazy. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Winning the Champions League back to back. This is a legacy. That means there's a legacy in Paris. There's a new dynasty in Paris. Wow. It's it's uh it's different. This is a different team that we're seeing. They could go back to back. They could win triple titles. This take you, you know, no, then you've had taking you into, extra time and then to penalties, and then for Gabriel to sky that penalty, that's gonna affect his mental. The World Cup, Brazil, that would affect anybody's mental. That's crazy that, and you can tell which team was more poised when it comes to the end finish of penalties. That team, you could tell that it's PSG. They are poised. They are absolutely. They are a lot of them are veterans. They're young veterans, and it's scary when you see a team that's young veterans, especially going into this World Cup. PSG, the winners, taking that momentum with you as a Vitinha, as a João Neves, as a Nuno Mendes to Portugal, and then taking, as a Dembele, Doué, Barcola, taking that to, the French team, Marquinhos, Pacho, taking it to Ecuador, Brazil. That only honestly means a lot. But I think it's so scary for Arsenal. Obviously, you win the Premier League. You win the Premier League. You're thinking like, not that it's gonna be easy, because Champions League are never easy. Maybe last year, but in 2025, right? But you're Arsenal coming into this game, really thinking that you're gonna win the Champions League. Because I didn't have a lot of hope in Arsenal, being 100% honest. I didn't. But the fact that they did really well in the first 90, they did decent in the second half. I mean, the first half of the extra time, and then the second half it was nobody's game really. But then in penalties, Ebereche Eze and Gabriel Magalhaes need some work. They're great players. Arguably, Gabriel's the best center back in the world. Miss a penalty, and to offer yourself as a pen taker and then to miss the penalty, I'm not gonna say it's embarrassing, because when it comes to football, you've got to be, somebody's had to be the guy. But I think that there was other guys that could have taken the penalty besides the center back. They could have put that on themselves. I understand where he's coming from, his point of view. Same with Ebereche Eze. Same with him. You need to make, if you miss that, if you make that penalty, at least Gabriel's penalty is an in, because PSG, the penalty shootout would have to keep going, and I'm only thinking about the future right now. If you think about the future for Arsenal and PSG, Arsenal, I think, are gonna get stagnant. You have Mikel Arteta. They just won the Premier League for the first time in forever, and they have a squad of a lot of guys who I don't think are all lethal. I don't think they have one single player that is lethal, like a killer, pure killer. You're telling me that Madueke, Trossard, Martinelli are players that are going to help you be an absolute team of killers that you can win the Champions League. I think Kvaratskhelia, I think Doué, I think Dembele are players that can easily make that happen for you. I didn't say Saka because I really do like Saka, but it's just another final to add to Saka's list of when he didn't win. It's honestly sad, really sad, especially, as a fan of football, because I don't hate Arsenal as a lot of people do online, or I'm not a PSG fan, and in the way I just like, I like the shirt. But to be that side coming into the Champions League where nobody thinks you're going to win, you're Arsenal, obviously, who don't like you, and you do well, and then just kind of let that slip away. I feel like they assumed that they were going to win it going into halftime. And obviously, maybe they didn't say that to anybody, but they definitely thought that. Honestly, this is historic. Back-to-back Champions League titles. Check the transfer market. You know, it's hit. Dembele is a two-time Champions League winner before Kylian Mbappe. What does that mean for us? What does that mean for the world? Is Dembele a top 10 player? I'm sorry, that's still a bit too far. Is Dembele a top 50 player of all time? That's a bit fair. Two-time Champions League winner, a Ballon d'Or winner, won multiple trophies at Barcelona, multiple trophies at PSG, even won the treble last season. Now they've won another Champions League. So that's a tough conversation that people are going to need to have in the future, especially if he keeps winning trophies at this sort of rate. If they win the UEFA Super Cup, they win the league next season, they're probably going to. They're PSG. They win the Coupe de France, in the Super Cup. This is a dynasty. This is no longer one of those teams where it's like Man City, Real Madrid, teams that would win it every other year, teams that win it every year and then don't win it again, or maybe they haven't won in a while. This is different. This penalty from Gabriel is sad. This PSG team, next dynasty of football. People are going to be talking about this team like they talked about Barcelona, like they talked about Real Madrid, like they talked about Ajax in the 70s. People are going to be talking about this PSG team for decades to come, even if they don't win the Champions League next season. But now, they're my favorites to win it. Coming into the 2026-2027 season, I don't think there's a better team right now. I don't think so. Especially after Arsenal did well in the Champions League. They had not lost the game before tonight in the Champions League this season. They are a big-time team. They can handle that pressure. But when it comes to being in a place you've never been before, they couldn't handle that. No hate to Arsenal, but that's just how it is. It's honestly crazy to see Champions League winners back to back, especially a team that's super exciting like PSG, with so much exciting talent, so much exciting players. I'm so happy for all these players here at PSG. And like I said earlier, now that means that Desiree Doué is a two-time Champions League winner before Yamal has even been to a final. That means that Dembele is a two-time Champions League winner before Mbappe has won the Champions League. So it makes you think, and it's not like cheap to talk about this, Kylian Mbappe in a certain way, but what is he gonna do about this? It's not like motivation or not motivating Mbappe by saying, but genuinely, what is he gonna do? He scored 15 goals for Real Madrid this season. They got knocked out by Bayern Munich. You know who knocked out Bayern Munich right after that? PSG. They are the complete team in the world right now. So whenever people talk about PSG and how they have these players, they can add players around. They don't feel anything. They can add these players. If you want to talk about something that's relevant right now, Barcelona buying Anthony Gordon, I believe, is really dumb. I believe them buying Julian Alvarez is really dumb as well. The difference between Real Madrid and PSG is that when Real Madrid got Kylian Mbappe, they were champions of Europe. When PSG bought Doué, they were obviously, I believe they were in the quarterfinals or the round of 16 or the season prior. And then whenever they got Dembele, they I believe were in the quarterfinals, whatever. And then that season they went to the semifinals against Dortmund with all those players, and they lost. So what I mean about this is Arsenal adding Gordon, and if they were to get Alvarez, which it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen by Atletico, if that were to happen, it's a good Barcelona side. It's a great Barcelona side. Genuinely great Barcelona side. You're not really sincerely adding things, and no, you're taking away Marcus Rashford. You're adding Anthony Gordon, which I don't think they're that, different, to be honest. I think one's a bit more exciting, maybe, and we'll have to see that when it comes. But Alvarez, if you were to get Alvarez, you already have Ferran Torres. I don't think that Ferran Torres will win you a Champions League, but I think adding Alvarez isn't going to change much either. I think it's the equivalent of killing Mbappe, Real Madrid being the champions of Europe, and then adding a great player who, for me, Kylian Mbappe is arguably a top 10 player of all time. But doing that, adding that player, and then going out right after in the quarterfinals, the next season with Kylian Mbappe, it's honestly something that, like, I think no team should do. And how PSG does it differently is they maintain the squad. Obviously, it could be an ego thing. I don't like when people talk about that, though. Mbappe's ego. I don't believe in that. I believe Mbappe is like a really well-rounded player, especially personality-wise. But obviously, you have to acknowledge that he makes impacts good offensively and sometimes terribly defensively. When it comes to giving my props to PSG and how they got rid of Mbappe and how they added so much around these players that were all 50 million, 40 million and made them into a great team, they have all my respect. This is such a good side, PSG. I don't see them losing in the Champions League final next season if they're in the final. But yeah, I think everybody has to watch out for this team to the next 2 to 3 years. Evidently, I think PSG, their max would be 3 Champions Leagues. Evidently, I don't think that they will win 4. Not in a row. I think after the next one, it'll be like Real Madrid in 2018. You'll see somebody leave. Then you'll see, a couple of your role guys, your squad players start to leave because they're getting too good for your team and being a bench player or being a rotation player, and they're not going to like that. So, evidently, I think that this is a short-term thing. But obviously, for the Champions League, all you need is 3, and you have a dynasty that people are going to talk about for decades. They have 2, and they already got that. They have great midfielders, a great defense, an attack you can talk about for hours. So PSG is honestly so exciting. And I think coming into this World Cup, it's gonna be an absolute madness to see all these players that have just won the Champions League. I don't think they will play their absolute best the first couple of games, but because they're all part of big nations, once they start going to those nations, to the round of 32, round of 16, round of the quarterfinals, those are going to be some of the best matches I think we'll ever see in football history. Yeah, my reaction to PSG winning the Champions League is honestly special. It's something that, like, you would have never thought about 5 years ago. This is an oil club. They can't do it. They need a superstar. Got rid of all of them, and they're winning Champions Leagues back to back. So, congratulations to all the PSG players, and most importantly, congratulations to Ousmane Dembele, who, in my opinion, if wins the World Cup with France, will win the Ballon d'Or for a second time in a row. Congratulations to everybody, and have a nice World Cup. See you guys. Also, go ahead, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm gonna post a lot of more videos about, different countries, different nations, Also, guys, subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure to put the notification bell on, like the video. I'm gonna start making a lot of more videos about nations, especially leading up to this World Cup. I'm actually super excited. It's gonna be great. Talk a lot of different sports and even different things, so it's gonna be great, man. Hopefully, I get to see some of you guys there. Let's do it, and hopefully, this World Cup will be won by an exciting team. We'll see. All right. See ya.